Experience in the last couple of months, there have been a series of meetings this year, is that indeed there is a trend towards a common agreement. There are definitely contentious areas, which I will speak to if you do allow me later on. But we do seem to have some common understanding. The group of 77, together with Africa, seem to be converging to certain levels of agreement. There are indeed aspects between the developing countries would want to see much more commitment from the developed countries, particularly in the ambitions, as you mentioned earlier. We would like to see a trend towards where the ambition is improved, as you said, before the pre-industrial period. So that, because when the 2-degree ambition, what the African countries are saying is that ambition is not adequate. And it will not see the temperatures reduce to the level of 1.5 degrees. We would like to see an ambition where the developed countries commit to a much more higher ambition of about 3 degrees centigrade. There are also other contentious areas within the balance between mitigation actions versus adaptation. Just to simplify this, mitigation talks to how do we further reduce our greenhouse gas emissions. And this is really in line with the industrialized and developed countries, for which, again, South Africa is, as an emerging economy, is tending towards that direction. And that's why we're discussing issues about transitioning to renewable energy, transitioning to much more efficient industrial processes, etc., whether it's in energy, in water efficiency, etc. So there are aspects with regard to mitigation that are very crucial and that are very key. But there is a certain level of not too much pressure being placed on the whole issue of adaptation. And adaptation is the consequences that most of our countries face due to increasing climate change, where due to increases like we are seeing within the Southern Africa region, due to drought, we are seeing our livestock not being able to survive the drought situation, food becoming more expensive as it becomes scarce. We are experiencing water shortages, water scarcity within this sub-region, etc., but also the impact it has on the infrastructure, increased flooding. What does that mean in terms of the capacity of the infrastructure we have? The people living in vulnerable situations, in our informal settlements, in our slums, tend to suffer more when such situations emerge. And therefore, there is a cry from the developing countries that more attention should also be given to the adaptation issues on a 50% parity. So those are some of the contentious issues.